Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Zadia Yakubu. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV, channel 365 and Star Times, channels 276. And now the news in details. The House of Representatives Committee probing Nigeria's power sector reforms has issued fresh directives to key institutions, ordering the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Transmission Company of Nigeria, and the Surplus Gas Company to submit complete transaction documents by December 9th. National Assembly correspondent Anisi Patrick has more.
Of spending on electricity. And this time, lawmakers say they want full transparency from all parties involved. Committee Chairman Ibrahim Aliyu directed the CBN, TCN and Surplus Gas Company to submit their agreements, payment records, loan details and operational documents without fail. He said the agencies play crucial roles in Nigeria's power reform journey, adding that proper documentation is needed to help the House determine why the sector continues to underperform despite heavy investments.
So there are a lot that Nigerians are expecting from us, and I will assure you that we are going to do a thorough job. We'll turn in our report and recommendations.
Representatives of the Central Bank, led by Deputy Director Abdurrahman Hassan, told lawmakers that the bank disbursed loans under several intervention phases, including SAFE 1 and SAFE 2, aimed at improving the power supply chain.
Beneficiaries of the SAFE 3 as of December 2024 are as follows. Abuja had 3 projects, Benin 9 projects, Enugu 2 projects, Eko 8 projects, Ikeja 7, Jos 2 projects, Kaduna 6 projects, Kano 4 projects, Port Harcourt 5 projects.
Another official, Hussein Idris, explained that all interventions were structured on a 10-year cycle, insisting that most beneficiaries performed well. He, however, noted that companies like Yola Disco received an extension due to security troubles in the Northeast. The CBN promised to submit all outstanding documents requested by the committee at the next adjourned date.
So that particular SPV is where we channel the funds for onward interventions to the sector. And that SPV has an agreement with each of the discos.
From the Transmission Company of Nigeria, Ajiboye Oluwagbenga asked for a week extension, saying the company is handling challenges across generation, transmission and distribution. While Surplus Gas Company also sought legislative assistance, claiming it is battling financial difficulties in its attempts to supply gas for power generation across the country.
In different fora, we have put it across to DISCO. Try to ramp up your consumption to 8,000 megawatts if TCN will not evacuate it. But as we talk to you, speak to you today, that attempts are not being made by the collective DISCO as a whole.
As the deadline approaches, the committee says it expects full disclosure, noting that only accurate records can help explain why Nigeria's massive power investments have not delivered stable electricity. From the National Assembly, Anisi Patrick reporting for Global.
The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Prof. Josh Ojo Amopitan, has called on Nigerians to support the commission in ensuring credible and peaceful elections. He made the appeal at the public presentation of a book titled Chronicles of Nigerian Election Journalists. Our correspondent reports.
The Independent National Electoral Commission Chairman, Professor Josh Amopitan, says journalists remain central to the credibility of Nigeria's electoral process. He says the INEC press call serve as a vital bridge between the commission and the voting public, while warning that robust electoral systems can be threatened by misinformation and deliberate distortion. He therefore called on journalists to play a frontline role in ensuring transparency, accuracy, and public confidence in election outcomes.
And this book, as you have heard, is more than a collection of stories. It is, as many observers note, a comprehensive documentation of the sacrifices, the risks, and behind-the-scene experiences of the reporters who cover our nation's complex electoral landscape.
The chairman said the book underscores the fact that democracy survives on public trust and journalists remain the electorate's strongest safeguard against manipulation and malpractice. He added that in an era where false narratives spread faster than the truth, professional reporting is more essential than ever.
About bringing into the fore and calling attention of the nation, of INEC, of the general public, to some of the travails that are inherent in this work, which we often neglect and don't even pay attention to.
The chairman stressed that technology alone cannot guarantee credible elections. Public trust in information does. He commended the press corps for helping shape national understanding of the electoral process through factual and responsible reporting. Sadia Yakubu, reporting for Global Television News.
First Lady Oluremi Tinubu says empowering persons with disabilities is a national duty that must be consistently upheld. She made the statement through the wife of the Imo State Governor Chioma Uzodinma at the Renewed Hope Initiative Nationwide Empowerment Program, marking the International Day of Persons with Disabilities in Owerri. Global Television's correspondent Amarachi Ibe reports.
Representing the First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, the wife of Imo State Governor Chioma Uzodinma says the program is aimed at strengthening livelihood, widening business opportunities, and advancing inclusion to ensure persons with disabilities are not left out. She adds that the initiative reflects the Renewed Hope Agenda's commitment to shared prosperity.
The Renewed Hope Initiative will provide a sum of 200,000 naira business recapitalization grants to 250 persons with disabilities in each state and the Federal Capital Territory to support small business owners to recapitalize their existing businesses and strengthen their means of livelihood.
Senator Oluremi Tinubu announced that the Renewed Hope Initiative has already supported more than 100 women petty traders and persons with disabilities with direct financial grants. She says the RHI initiative also cuts across agriculture, education, healthcare, disaster relief, and food assistance for widows, the elderly, IDPs, and vulnerable households.
It is worth noting that over the past 2 years, the Renewed Hope Initiative has supported over 100,000 women petty traders as small business owners, including persons with disabilities, with direct financial grants to grow their businesses.
Beneficiaries describe the support as timely, helping them stabilize their businesses and improve their livelihood. They thank the First Lady for initiating the program.
Honestly, this woman has been good for us, so I thank her. Thank the government itself for empowering the disabled. Honestly, I'm very overwhelmed. I'm happy.
I'm very, very happy. And thank God to Mommy to remember us. Thank God.
I think with this empowerment, my business will improve. I'm somebody that makes soap. I have Ostino soap production. So with this empowerment, I will improve my business.
The Renewed Hope Initiative says its goal is to ensure that every Nigerian, regardless of ability, has the opportunity to grow and contribute meaningfully to the society. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
All Progressive Congress governors under the Progressive Governors Forum have applauded President Bola Tinubu's economy forums and pledged to reinforce local security structures across their state. The commitment was made during a 2-day meeting in Lagos chaired by Governor Hope Uzodinma, where the governors reviewed rising cases of abductions and violence and praised improved coordination between federal, state and community security outfits. They also agreed to deepen reforms aimed at boosting transparency, accountability, and service delivery at the local government level as part of supporting the Renewed Hope agenda. A powerful tribute to resilience, unity and national support, the Naval Officers' Wives Association, NOAA, celebrated 60 years of standing firmly behind Nigerians' military families, marking 6 decades of service that continue to shape homes, strengthen communities and support the nation's defender. Samuel Odi reports.
NOAA members from across the country converged at the venue for an evening that honored the association's founding mothers, celebrated widows and young dependents, and showcased a documentary reflecting 6 decades of humanitarian impact. Stakeholders at the event described NOAA as a critical pillar in women empowerment, social development, and national unity. President, Naval Officers' Wives Association, Hajia Aisha Abbas, says the Diamond Anniversary reflects a legacy of compassion and purposeful service. She reaffirmed NOAA's commitment to educational support, healthcare initiatives, skills training, and welfare of families of both serving and fallen heroes.
We envision expanding our programs to further empower women, enhance welfare initiatives, and contribute meaningfully to the broader society. With innovation, collaboration, and renewed vigor, we shall elevate NOAA to greater heights.
The president of Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, Safia Hassan Shaibu, expressed delight at NOAA's remarkable journey, praising the association for being a stabilizing force for military households nationwide.
On this auspicious occasion of NOAA's 60th anniversary, tonight we gather here to commemorate your achievements over the years, which reflects your commitment, dedication, and service.
The special guest of honor and president of Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association, Mena Femi Oluyede, congratulated NOAA on reaching the 60th year milestone. She highlighted the strong collaboration among Military Officers' Wives Association, stressing that such synergy strengthens national peace and enhances the welfare structure of armed forces.
From those early beginnings, NOAA has grown into a formidable institution, touching lives through education, healthcare support, empowerment initiatives, humanitarian outreach, and sustained care for widows and vulnerable groups. 60 years of service is no small feat. It is the story of resilience, innovation, and purposeful leadership.
The evening wrapped up with musical performances by Naval Band and a ceremonial toast and a renewed pledge to deepen support for Nigerian Navy's mission. As NOAA steps into new decade, members said the goal remains clear: to sustain service, expand charity, and continue strengthening the families behind Nigeria's maritime defenders. Samuel Odi for Global Television News.
You're watching the live broadcast of Midday News. When Midday News returns, Benin Republic Military Group announces removing President Talon from office. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back from that short break. And in business news, Nigerians' average diesel price rose by 9.45% in October 2025 to 1,398.57 naira per litre, even as year-on-year figures show a slight 2.96% decline from October 2024. The National Bureau of Statistics report links the fluctuations to global oil market instability, foreign exchange pressures, and supply challenges, with states like Enugu, Niger, and Jigawa recording the highest cost. Analysts say persistent logistic constraints and market inefficiency continue to keep prices elevated nationwide. The All Progressives Congress National Youth Leader, Dayo Israel, is leading a renewed push for financial discipline among Nigerian youth in partnership with Nigerian Consumer Credit Corporation to drive a nationwide culture of responsible credit use under the federal government's Renewed Hope agenda. Our correspondent, Ubong Usoro, reports.
It was a youth-friendly engagement driven by the ruling All Progressive Congress, bringing together young Nigerians to understand how access to credit, when managed responsibly, can become a gateway to stability, enterprise, and long-term financial growth. Speaking at the event, APC National Youth Leader Dayo Israel highlighted the party's commitment to policies that uplift young people. He said responsible credit access is central to helping youth build businesses, expand ideas, and take greater ownership of their economic future.
There's this slang that says money na water. And it means that, there's what lesson does a person that have money na water mindset needs to know in terms of managing your resources individually, mastering money?
In his remarks, the managing director of the Nigerian Consumer Credit Corporation, Engineer Uzoma Mwaba, explained that the APC administration is intentionally widening access to consumer credits to strengthen households. He, however, emphasized that only financial discipline, which is consistent saving, thoughtful spending, and avoiding reckless borrowing, will make the system work.
That's not about other people. That's not about spending money. It makes you to now spend money so that people can see you spending money and give you that momentary dopamine high of, I like this guy, I respect this guy, or you buy the nice car. I love nice things or nice enough things, but I'm not against that, but I'm just saying, when you know that when you are done with that activity, you will be back hustling. And if you don't have that source coming again, that you either be depressed or run into crime.
A young poet also took the stage, praising the administration and credit score leadership for restoring dignity to Nigerian youth by making credit more accessible, fair, and structured. The initiative is expected to deepen financial literacy and advance APC's long-term plan for empowering millions of young Nigerians through sustainable credit system. With the push from the APC Youth Wing and Credit Score, responsible credit culture is gradually transitioning from aspiration to national practice, strengthening the financial backbone of Nigeria's next generation. Ubong Usoro for Global Television.
The Corporate Affairs Commission has warned that fintech companies enabling unregistered point-of-sale operators will be blacklisted, signaling a renewed enforcement drive nearly a year after the deadline for compulsory registration elapsed. In a statement, the Commission said it has observed a rise in unregistered POS businesses operating in violation of CAMA 2020 and the Central Bank of Nigeria agent banking rules, and stressed that all such activities must cease by January 1st, 2026. The CAC added that security agencies will be mobilized nationwide to enforce compliance, making it clear that no POS operator will be allowed to function without proper registration. And on the foreign scene, Benin faced fresh political turmoil Benin faced fresh political turmoil, facing fresh after a group of soldiers announced on state television that they had removed President Patrick Talon from office. However, Talon's entourage insisted he was safe, describing the incident as a work of a small faction that briefly seized the television station, while the regular army moved to restore control. The unrest comes as Talon approaches the end of his second term in a country with a long history of coups and rising regional instability. Police in Tanzania have overlawed protests planned for Independence Day, raising fresh concerns after last month's post-election unrest that left many dead and thousands arrested. The United Nations has urged authorities to allow peaceful assembly and warned security forces against using force as police accuse organizers of planning disruption to hospitals, property, and major roads. The United States says it is now reviewing its relationship with Tanzania over a growing concern about rights violation and violence against civilians. At least 12 people, including young children, have been killed and 14 others injured after gunmen opened fire inside a hostel used as illegal drinking spot in South Silver Township near Petrovil police says at least 3 attackers stormed the venue around 4:30 a.m. local time and began shooting randomly in what has become part of worrying pattern of mass killing linked to unlicensed liquor premises. Authorities say no arrests have been made and warn that the country's worsening violent crime crisis continues, with South Africa recording one of the highest murder rates globally. And in sports, Mohamed Salah has lashed out at Liverpool manager Arne Slot, claiming he has been thrown under the bus after being benched for 3 straight matches, raising speculations of a possible exit after AFCON. The 33-year-old, who has scored 5 goals in 19 appearances, hinted that next weekend's match could be his last at Saudi Pro League clubs, with due interest. Slot defended his selection decision, saying they were tactical, but tension has fueled uncertainty about Salah's future at Anfield. Abuja is celebrating another chapter of elite road racing as Kenya maintained its dominance at the 2025 Premium Trust Bank Abuja City Half Marathon, sweeping the top spot in both the men and women.
Second edition of Premium Trust Bank Abuja City Half Marathon, and once again, the East Africans proved unstoppable. In the men's race, Kenyans Kefa Namutala stormed to victory, finishing 1 hour, 5 minutes, 14 seconds, earning the top prize of $8,000. His compatriots Edwin Kim Yango and Ezekiel Chep Korimi followed closely, performance finishing 2 million naira and $4,000. Another Nigerian, Alta Monday, finished 8th overall and 2nd in the national category, taking home 1.5 million naira and $500.
We really appreciate Abuja Half Marathon and its team because it has done a very good job.
In the women's category, Kenyan's Mercy Jekemo clinched the title with a time of 1 hour, 14 minutes, 53 seconds, but it was Nigeria's Shembo Blessing and Akusho Lydia who thrilled the home crowd with a historic 2nd and 3rd place finish, both breaking the 1 hour, 17 minutes mark.
Firstly, I thank God because it is the first time half marathon to run in Abuja.
For the National Sports Commission, Chairman of the Commission, Shehu Diko, says the prominence this marathon gives to long-distance running in Nigeria is remarkable, as events like this can give Nigeria a comparative advantage in road racing.
Look at the economy around what is happening. Look at the promotion for Nigeria globally. So it's quite brilliant for us.
Organizers Nilo Sports Management and sole sponsor Premium Trust Bank received widespread commendation for staging what many describe as one of Nigeria's best organized international races. Officials say the goal is to elevate the Abuja City Half Marathon to a platinum-rated event, projecting Nigeria onto the global athletics map.
And the turnout this morning, we are so excited to be the sole sponsor of this event.
It was very good. I mean, Nilive Sports is a premium organizer when it comes to the races across Nigeria. They did a really good job.
With over 3,000 runners participating and strong international presence, the 2025 edition marks another step towards making Abuja a major destination for world-class road racing. Anie Patrick reporting for Global TV News.
Defending champions Argentina and Europe title holder Spain were handed favorable group opponents for the 2026 World Cup during a high-profile draw ceremony in Washington, where United States President Donald Trump was presented with FIFA's new Peace Prize. Argentina will begin their defense against Algeria before facing Austria and the tournament-dependent Jordan in Group G, while Spain opened their campaign against Cape Verde and later meet Uruguay and Saudi Arabia in Group H. France, England and other top contenders received tougher jobs as the 48-team tournament set to run across the United States, Mexico, and Canada from June 11 to July 19th, with future 104 matches, including the final at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. That's it on Global Television Midday News. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using at Global TV NG. I am Sadia Yakubu saying thank you for watching.